problem that we had was a lot of people relate us to because well just because the name's
yeah. When you're driving past, you're like, oh, I think you're typing into Instagram and.
Well, we at the start, a lot of customers came in. They're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you guys are doing bread now." And we're like, "It's day 4, and we've always done bread."
Wow, first podcast back. Hi. So, obviously it's been a little while since we did our podcast. I think we're looking today and it was like September or something. So we've made...
Is that your last episode?
Yes.
Wow.
And so many people were saying to us, like, when are you guys coming back? We missed the podcast, which was like really nice to hear because for starters, I was like, do you guys actually, does anyone even listen? Like, does anyone even like it? So it's always really cool to hear that. Anyway.
We listened.
Then Nate Fui had the idea to like, let's do bigger and better things. Let's do a visual podcast. And I was like, ugh, no way. Hate the idea. Too exposed. Don't want to do it.
You guys heard all that.
They were in the middle of our
Not
little...
fighting, but debating.
I feel like it wasn't fighting. It was just like...
It's like a heated debate.
Aggressive discussion.
Yes. And as I was saying to you, like, I'm not a submissive woman. Like, I'm not just... He's never going to lead me somewhere and I'm just going to go. Like, I'm always going to be like, but why? And where are you taking me? And what are we getting out of this? Anyway, we did the expo, which was amazing. And I feel like we can save our experience for another podcast, possibly. And I came to the realization that yes, we're doing this and I'm on board and I'm so excited, and what better people to have with us than our besties from next door. So congrats guys for coming on, congrats to us for taking that step. And yeah, I guess people want to know who you are, where you're from.
Daniel?
No, you first.
No, you first.
You're the face.
You say it all the time.
Okay, doing time now.
Yeah, usually he's got a lot to say.
Usually he's like,
oh my god. No, I mean, we both worked as chefs, and then I think the industry was tough when COVID hit. We had a realisation, and we got married 2 years ago. Been together for over a decade.
That's beautiful.
Been tough.
I knew you would say that. I was going to say that too.
Yeah.
And then, we decided to do something. Do our best in the industry with what we can create, and that's the gist of what happened.
Yep. You're a chef.
Yes.
You're a baker.
I'm a real chef.
A real chef? What does that mean?
We get into this argument all the
Okay,
time.
so can you explain that? A real chef? What is a real chef?
No. We're not
Let's
getting
go.
into
So
this.
a real chef
We're
is
not
no.
getting into this.
Hang on, a real chef. So when I did my apprenticeship,
Daniel, you're going to have the whole...
community again.
The chef community being like, Daniel, like
No,
pitchforks.
it's a joke. It is a joke.
It would be like the pastry chefs, bakers.
It is a joke, but because I did
you.
my in a chef's apprenticeship, you have to do everything: pastry, baking. You do all of it.
But you
Whereas-
wagged the
Yeah,
pastry year.
Okay, can I just put something out there first, okay? He's from Melton. So am I. Yep, continue.
Disclaimer, yes.
West side, like that's his thing.
So as an apprentice, you learn everything. You do the baking, you do the pastry. Yes, I did wag the whole year because I hated it that much. But when you're a pastry chef, you specialise.
Yeah, but then as a pastry chef, I learned so many. Like you couldn't do what I did fresh out of your.
No, but I can make a cake. I just can't make as many cakes as you. Okay, well I married you. That's why I don't want
You don't need to make the cake.
I know the idea behind making a cake.
No, you don't.
You just don't have the hands to like put it together.
Cut
Just like
this
the
out.
that's like I know the ideas to a tattoo. I just don't have like the right hands.
The point of the argument that we always had was, as an apprentice, you do learn all trades, whereas as a pastry apprentice, you specialise.
There are savoury chefs that are pastry chefs as well.
Oh, absolutely.
But it takes a lot of training.
Oh, I couldn't do it. I'll say it now. I'll say it now. I can't do what you do.
No, it's recorded.
There you go.
I'll deny it and I'll make sure. I'll deny it and I'll make sure that gets cut. I will burn this building down.
She's done. That's all you needed.
It's your building too, alright? Oh, yeah. We're going down together.
But but that's the argument we've always had. It's the fact that I'm a real chef.
Nah, it's a joke.
It is a joke.
Okay.
It's a joke.
Just like the Melton thing, like we do. I'm always
I'm from
West
Melton.
Side. Like we own that. Like
I didn't know Melton existed before I knew you.
we didn't. Okay, so Nate, do you want to like tell the story of like how we like kind of like our bond grew with Lumos, like Karina and Daniel?
The fact that you're both from Melton and went to the same high school.
Which was crazy.
And then we went to the same high
Yes.
And I know nobody.
And Candace got around.
I did.
High schools.
If we ever
She agreed, and she didn't know what she was agreeing to.
Thank God you can edit this.
You guys always. No, this is raw. We don't edit shit.
No, you gotta edit that.
I don't care. No, I'm married now, practically.
She got around high schools. Oh, no, it didn't work.
We're going with that.
Okay.
Okay. You
So
always
yes,
get me.
you went to the same high school,
Yeah.
briefly.
For 3 years, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was for 3 years.
Yeah, and then the rest was with Karina.
In the same year level, and then I went to
Same,
Star of the Sea.
yeah, same class.
Yeah, and
I
then
think.
I was in the same
In my
level.
sister's year level, which is just crazy. And I guess like we did click from the start too. So our businesses both opened at the same time.
A day apart, I
A
think.
day
2 days.
apart.
2
So
days.
like we
So
watched.
the journey of the night.
We were the 9th.
We watched the whole progression for each other and like coming in and being like, oh my god, like I can't wait to see this come to life because I can envision it. And then you guys were like, oh my god, I can't wait to have like tattoos next door.
It was crazy how our colour scheme's the
I was
same
thinking
too.
just
Yes.
like we have your cards on our desk, and a lot of people are like, oh, and we're like, oh, it's a tattoo shop next door, and they'll literally pick it up and go to the cabinet and be like, wow, is that a coincidence? And I was like, actually, yes, it's a coincidence.
I feel like it was meant to be. Even before when we were just sitting here like just waiting for everything to be set up, I'm like, this is really cool. Like we got to cross paths.
Well, even the pink that we chose originally was like electric pink.
Yeah.
And they denied it.
Body
Who's-
corp.
oh.
Yeah, body corp.
Really?
Denied it, yeah.
It was too
Why?
in your face. They wanted
They
like
said,
a
they said it was
soft-
too, it has to like blend in with the rest of the building. So we put it back, and then you guys put up your stickers, and it was like the same.
Perfect.
Cool.
No, I think from when we opened, we had a really good relationship. Like,
Yeah.
I reckon I spend 50% of my working time in here.
Yeah. That's
And
nice
vice
paying you
versa.
for you.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah, he's a real chef, right?
yeah. It's real chef's
And
best
no,
time to
but
tattoo
it works
shop.
out well because we have really good banter. It helps for our clients, your clients. I think it's something that's
It's nice.
that works, and I think it's very rare to. Maybe I can't speak as a tattoo shop, but it's very rare for any shop to have that kind of relationship with their neighbour. I think.
Yeah,
Totally.
no, I agree.
Mm.
No, it's been really nice. I always say, like, when I'm talking about you guys, I always be like, they have just made our whole experience of opening a tattoo studio like that much better. Like, you've become really great friends, and like we value you guys, and we see how hard you work. Like,
I get so many compliments on my tattoos. I'm like, what? It's next door. Sure.
Yeah, it's cool. Even on the weekend, I'm like, yeah, come get a tattoo, get a croissant. Like, it's
Yeah.
what a better
It's
combo.
like a package, like, deal.
Package
Combo.
deal.
Yeah.
So I guess one of the things people that probably don't know, because every time on the weekend at the expo, and I was like, oh, we're located in McKinnon, people were like, huh, where's that? And like, it is such a small suburb.
2 streets
tiny.
almost.
How did
Yeah.
you get here? So what made you choose this exact location?
Well, we were thinking Mornington at first, and then we were looking around at other shops, and
I think we
it was just coincidence we were driving down here, and all of the buildings were still empty,
Pretty sure
apart from Spin.
Pretty sure we were arguing all the way down.
Yeah, and
think
then we were like, oh my gosh, and we looked in, and yeah.
It was love at first sight.
And we were thinking about this shop and next door, but then there's the
Drop.
the drop
Yeah.
in the floor.
Oh, crazy.
This shop is like the odd child.
Yeah.
I've
The
got
middle
weird,
child.
There's a weird alcove over there. There's a weird alcove over there.
Even
Sorry.
on the camera, it's just gonna see me go. What are you doing?
Like, you're not ready. Like,
It's
what's fucking watching me? Like,
They're faking it.
No, we're married. I've got a ring. You've got.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
My fingers are smaller today.
No, it's been good, and yeah, we found it because we were originally going to open up where Willem was, and then it wouldn't fit the kitchen.
Yeah.
And so we were driving down here one day, and I'm pretty sure we were in some sort of an argument about the shop and where, and I think it was a stressful time more or
yeah,
less.
because there was no pipes or water in front of the shop. There was no 3-phase power.
And we saw this place and we just stopped arguing instantly, and we're like,
It's meant
there.
to be.
Yeah.
That's like similar to us because I checked next to Cielo,
Oh yeah.
the one in the corner.
Yeah.
And it was massive, and he was like, "Oh, you could do like a podcast in here." I'm like, "I'm thinking about doing a podcast. It's like a room for podcasting." But there was so much work to do.
But you've also got.
But he also had this. The agent sent me this one too. I'm like, "Oh, I'll just check it out." And I'm like, "Oh, this is actually
Perfect.
I like that you do your podcasts in your shop because it's what people are seeing is what they see on a day-to-day basis. So if someone was to watch and then come in for a tattoo, they can be like, "Oh,
I've seen this before."
I'm literally getting a tattoo staring at an area where I've seen
feel familiar.
Yeah.
And I think that is also like what I'm realizing, the power of social media, the power of like being vulnerable.
It's so crazy.
And putting yourself out there, because even, you know, just not having met like certain people, if you have them and if they're showing their face all the time, like there was a set of people that came through, like a family, and they said, we feel like we already know you guys because we've seen you and we've seen your face, and I feel like that just like settles that, it breaks the barrier of that unknown.
I'm very apprehensive putting my face on social media, as in like with the business and everything. I hate getting in front of the camera.
It sucks, but it's like a necessity now.
Yeah.
I know. And we get told all the time to film like in the kitchen and film Daniel, you know, cooking, because he does all the sandwiches, and it's just like...
Well, he's a real chef.
You know,
he's an actual chef.
Can I just make a point?
What
Cooking sandwiches.
What I do doesn't matter.
No, but it does. I feel like it does to you. And that's the thing, because we're in our own bodies doing our own job. It's like the same thing. Like when someone says they're from a whole different industry that you're not in, you're like, oh my God, I wonder what that's like.
Yeah.
So to you, it's nothing. To us, like it's just but to people, they're like, I want to know what goes on. You know, what time do you wake up? What's your schedule? How do you even prepare the dough? Like that time you showed me your starter, and it was like the Hogwarts starter. And I was like, this is cool. It's like alive.
And
like,
he is alive.
Yeah,
Hagrid is alive.
That's cool, and like people don't know that all that stuff.
Yeah, well, that's why we got the glass for the kitchen. No one knows. Well, not no one. A lot of people underestimate how much work goes into sourdough and croissants.
I think one of the biggest questions we get is, do you make everything here?
Yeah.
And, you know, for us, everything gets made fresh every day. So when people ask that, it just shows you some people really don't understand what goes into it. Yeah. And it's not a bad thing. Not everyone, you know... My parents would never go to a bakery like ours because they are the type of people that they're happy with they just go to Coles and doing their local shopping. They're in routines. They're not adventurous compared to some people that, you know, we had someone come in on the weekend that literally, it was the weirdest thing. They had a list, I think 10 bakeries of, they came from Sydney, I think, and they had 10 bakeries in Melbourne they want to do. And we're on on that list. You know, a year ago, we would be like...
They're pretty surreal moments.
Yeah, like when someone said you're on our list and they've come from another state, it's sort of like, wow, we've made a list somewhere.
You forget that people are like following a journey.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Yeah, I walked into the doctor's the other day and the nurse was like, I was wearing the Lumos top and they're like, oh, I love Lumos, do you work there? And I was like, yeah.
Sort of. I know a guy. But he's a chef.
He just makes sandwiches.
He cooks them.
And a good sandwich at that.
There's a good chicken sandwich.
That's all on Four Guys, the chicken sandwich?
No, so much more.
The chili melts are not bad.
No, it's good though. But yeah.
What's been the biggest challenge, like opening your own?
I think the challenge for us has been like leaving the work talk at work, because we can live and breathe it easily, but then we'd be like roommates basically.
It does get like that.
It does get like that. Sometimes we get home, we're cooking dinner. Don't just cooking dinner, and
because he's the real chef.
Just on that note, you don't
wait.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, and and we could talk about the shop. We could talk about it all the time. How we could improve it. How to make the costings more lean, how to make the production better, and we could talk about it all the time, but then we wouldn't work on us.
I can 100% wholeheartedly relate to that.
Yeah.
And it does get a lot, like there's times I can touch you. There's times they just dine and touch each other. There's
Never have an excuse.
They're like, alright, we're in this together. There's times where I've literally been like so overwhelmed because like, you know, also having a family too, like you got that in your mind and like like we were talking about before, you're doing your whole day's work, then you're going home and then you're having to like put stuff online and do this and pay bills and chase this and order that, and it's like, when do I get to breathe? When do we get to be us? But I think that's what sometimes we have to sacrifice when we open a business. We have to live and breathe it, because if we don't, like it just doesn't.
Yeah.
But it is really hard to go, hey, let's just stop talking about work. That problem will be there tomorrow. Like, let's sit down, watch a movie. Do what we used to do.
If you hired someone to do your job, they
would never.
The work would stop when they clock off.
Yeah.
And that's what you sign up for as well. You're like, oh, I want to be my own boss. I can choose my own hours, but it's also like, no one's going to take care of your business.
So
no one's going to take care of your business the way you would.
Yeah.
No.
Like on the weekend we did the function. We finished at midnight, got home around 1, was back at 3.
Yeah.
So it's just,
but no one's going to run the front of house the way you would.
Well, that's the thing. When we opened this, I had to give up a part of my career, which probably was the hardest conversation we had, where one of us had to give up something. Because if I was to stay as a chef somewhere, then the business, like, it may have faltered somewhere.
There's no way I could have done this by myself. Even though I've got mum and dad to support and get advice from, and that I couldn't have done it without you.
But we also have different different views on things, which surprisingly we don't argue that much. Which
at the start when we were super stressed and like we were there all the time from like 4 o'clock till 10 o'clock at night or even later. We would argue all the time, and then I think it was our baker Anthony was like, "Look, guys, I've seen a lot of shit." He was like, "You guys stop arguing."
There needs to be a part 2 of this just to talk about it.
Yeah, literally.
Anyway, and then that made us realize, like, oh, okay, you know, we need to take a step back, because otherwise we wouldn't survive.
But one thing that I will say about Anthony is, as much
he
as
loves the donut, Daddy.
No, but he's raw. Like, as much as we love messing around with him, he just says things as it is when it comes to serious things. He messes around a lot, but he's a lot of fun. But I think he's a big part of us with how the business is growing, for the fact that from day one, even though he talks a lot and he has a lot to say, I mean, I can't talk. I'm probably the two of us together. People don't.
Yeah, I can imagine.
If you're listening, people think me and Anthony are the same person.
Yeah.
But without him, we couldn't.
Like,
I need a break from this.
When I come through the back, sometimes I'm like, wait, is that Anthony or is that Daniel talking?
No, but when we started, when we started, he was very, very good to us in terms of helping us.
He still is, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know, but
you
that was a
needed
big
him
factor.
to help like guide you guys.
Yeah, but we won't tell him that.
Yeah.
No. Don't watch this, Anthony.
Look, he's, I guess, I was about to call him Anthony. Anthony is super interesting because of his background too. Like, he was kind of a big deal, especially in COVID times. Like, putting those donuts out.
You're cutting that from this.
Cut that out.
No,
you don't tell him it's a big deal.
Okay.
You said kind of a big deal.
No, but like, he is. Like, what he's done is amazing too, and I think that's so valuable to be able to like bring someone like that on board. You know, you can learn
he grew a
from each
business
other.
with his friend as well.
Yeah. That's
His
cool.
life companion.
And you can tell he's passionate as well.
Oh yeah.
He's
Very passionate.
He's beyond passionate. He's quite knowledgeable for someone who's not.
He talks a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's
we
3
need
topics.
Anthony, he needs to come.
If we do
a part 2, let him.
Yes.
He's gonna be like, all right, guys.
Give him like 100 word
the
count.
Donut Daddy.
Yeah.
No, I reckon no. No, the business. Yeah, we fought a lot, but then we sort of grew into it. And I think if you would ask me a year ago, would I work with my wife and my mother-in-law?
It's like the worst combo.
I would just laugh. But it's actually not that bad. I'm actually quite
surprised.
lucky. Yeah, very.
No, it's cool. It's like, I think it's a huge gamble. And it was one of those things, the same, like when we opened the studio, I was like so unsure because we were literally risking everything. But when I say risking everything.
Well, you guys have got kids to think about as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, but like at the same time, we had nothing to lose. We either stayed in the same place or we grew. Or
Yeah.
It's true.
and it's like sometimes
But
the
the unknown
universe.
is always like that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you guys have taken that first step, and like I always say it. Yeah, there's been times in this studio where I'm like, fuck this. I'm just those days get a hold of you. But then it's also one of the best things we've ever done.
Mm.
So.
And the expo definitely showed that. Hey?
100%.
You look like you guys rocked that.
Yeah.
Your
So
Instagram
busy,
was so
back
good.
to back.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Like we made some really solid connections, and I even said like I would do this for a living. Like I'd come back to studio, work next month. Like I wanted to keep going. I was like, I wish there was like 5 more days of it.
Yeah.
Does it tour the expo? Did you follow it?
This particular one's just Melbourne.
Once a year?
Yeah.
And this was only their second too, so
Yes,
that was
the
really
second,
cool to like not be coming in late.
So it's only going to get bigger.
Yes, and they've got to figure out, just like us, they're going to figure out what works, what doesn't work, what to pour into and what to hold back on. And
Was there a lot of people?
Yeah, there actually was. And it was coming in waves, which was nice. Like it was so busy. We were doing big 12-hour days. We were constantly talking, so I was like, I'm going to lose my voice. I'm so surprised. Like I'm able to even talk today because I was like, I can feel it. But it like lit something in me. And I was even saying to another artist that I met, I was like, when it's your own, like, yeah, you can do your best working for someone else, but like when it's your own, it really put a fire in my belly. I was like, I am so proud of us. And yeah, you just got to fight to get yourself out there, and there's so much opportunity.
Yeah, because there's so much, someone's
Saturated,
already
yes.
doing what you're doing.
Yes, so you have to stand out.
Yeah.
And I feel like we did a really great job at like even just making those connections. Like if I've taken anything away from it, it was connecting with the people. And I feel like you guys would possibly feel that too, connecting with the community, remembering people, having them come back, compliment the things, like seeing that you are actually a really big part of people's day.
Yeah.
You're the way they start their day. So if you can greet them, make them a nice coffee, they've got, their croissant, you're remembering them, like you're already impacting everything.
Daniel's very good at making every single person feel important as well, because that's what you want when you want to get your morning coffee.
Yeah.
There's customers that I've known now for years. Like I have customers that come in that I see more than my own family. Like because they come every day, and it's not even like, hi, what would you like? Now it's like, hey, how's the kids? How's the dog? You can really build that connection with some people. Or there's customers that I don't see as often, but it's like, the run up and have a hug. You don't get that often.
Yeah, and it's nice.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is why I'm here. This is what it ignites something, because I feel like the core of humanity is to connect. And I've seen you in action, and you do a great job. Like every client is like, they're like laughing and like, it's just so nice.
One thing that we really try and go for is local.
Locality?
just to know I'm also dyslexic.
Yeah, from Melton.
The locality, I
gotta throw that in there.
You just gotta say that, I'll tick every box.
Are we gonna bring up that note from Francis?
He ain't from Frankston,
It's
he's from Clayton, and don't even get us started, please. He's gonna go back to his hood ways.
Okay.
We're so far from that.
But it's the local, if we have a lot left over, we donate it to the aged care next door retirement living. And just that kind of stuff, like we really try and stick with our roots and what we believe in. Like we live 5 minutes away. So there's something, there's nothing, Karina actually hates this, but whenever we go to Coles, it's a 45-minute trip to get milk, because I know probably every second person.
Which is amazing.
It's nice now that it's our own.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. And you know what I love even more? You guys are a husband and wife duo, as are we, and I just feel like together
people
we can.
Love that.
Yeah, and it's cool.
Well, I think also that's like why we get along as well, because you guys know exactly what we're going
and
through.
And it's crazy because the dynamics of your couple, we have that. So I'm Daniel in the relationship, and you're Karina because
you
you're
are
cool,
so
calm,
lucky.
You're
collected.
both from Melton.
Just to put it out there, we would kill it. Like, we
No,
wouldn't
no,
work well. I couldn't
But
work well.
they would work well.
Yes, they could like lay him
I think
down.
we're the problem.
Am I the drama?
They would just be having a good time.
No.
But can you imagine
We wouldn't even talk.
We're going to cut that shit right out.
They and I wouldn't even talk.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, so you got any challenges? Yeah, okay, cool. Like, you'd just be... But that's why it works.
No.
And you need that
Would
counteraction.
Do you cook
Yeah.
at home?
I can cook, I'm a real chef.
Does he
He's
cook?
a really...
Do you cook
Oh,
sandwiches?
they would work, because Karina doesn't cook.
There you go. And we'd be fighting. I would be behind you with the fry pan, like ready to just like be at you.
And that's just waking up in the morning.
Yeah, literally. I'll be standing there like, good morning. Yeah,
you'd be like sleep talking.
We would rip each other apart, but it works in the dynamics that we're in, and I think that's why we've had like such a good connection because we can relate.
Yeah, 100%.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Alright, should we cut it there and like maybe make a part 2? Bring Anthony in, ask him to bring along Donut Daddy?
Oh god.
Oh god.
Or would that just be like too much?
Donut Daddy doesn't even come into the shop.
He needs to. Donut Daddy, if you're watching us, you need to come and join or come into the shop. Like, we want to see you.
I give him credit, he is very busy.
He
is.
And I can't even imagine his side of things. Like, that would be
with
really
all the
cool.
ladies.
Yeah, I've seen his inbox.
Yeah, did Anthony show you that?
Yes, I was like, whoa. Anyway,
really?
Yeah. I didn't read the messages, but he's got like so
You're just
many.
like
You don't have
scrolling.
food? No, yeah. He's his next level.
Yeah.
But what I do like about him, when we did meet him,
he was
the
so nice.
Sweetest guy you've ever met.
I love that.
So...
Did he surprise you? Did you think he would like walk in like all much like, yeah, I'm doing it?
Actually, no, because Anthony said he's quite a respectful guy.
To be honest, like, I don't think Anthony would be friends with someone like that anyway.
Yeah. Nah.
I don't think he would put up with someone.
And that's what they do say.
like
Your
that.
friends are like a reflection of you. Like who you're friends with says a lot about who you are as a person too. So that I get that.
I'm friends with 2 people from Melton.
Well.
And
Who are
Clay.
these 2 people?
No, it's just them.
And are we like not the best people in your life?
It's true. Yeah, I agree.
If we're similar...
If one good thing came out of Melton, it's us.
Yeah.
Is that like wrong to say?
I'm
I'm sure there's
Melton
so
pride.
People are gonna hate you.
No, the Melton people are going to be like, yes. Like,
We're on the map.
yeah, it's
Melton
cool.
pride.
They are a
saying that.
city. Melton's
I'm
a
not-
city.
Look, and we
Cool,
both said, well, Daniel was like, I love Melton.
I loved it.
Yeah, and it was cool. I feel like we learned a lot from there. You know,
But
like
it's just a constant argument we have, because I liked it. It was great.
I didn't live there.
No, I'm saying like
opinions
I would
on
happily
that.
move back there.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely affordable. It's gotten a lot bigger. I think it's really great for like young families. And
Yeah, but even geographically, like Woodgrove's in the dead centre, and they built it around it.
He loves talking about it.
Shut up.
Can I just say, I just got like a little image of like, can you imagine? And like, this is just so hypothetical. Us getting together, living in Melton. I would be like a shazzer out the front. You'd be in the back. I'd be smoking down the ciggies. You'd be in the back in a wife beater, like 10 kids with no shoes and like dirt all over.
Ignoring them playing PlayStation.
Yes. You would play Call of Duty like happy as a pig in mud.
And then they're like, did you get the hors d'oeuvres?
Yes. You'd be eating croissants in like Brighton.
I'm like, I know what that is, but I like it.
Yeah, and your mum would be crying because she'd be like, no, the tatters, no. Anyway, dreams.
Yeah.
And now we're just together and we're like a little tribe.
I was going to say
Awesome,
Frapple,
awesome.
what's it?
Yeah.
You should try.
No, like, what's the...
McKinnon's Most Wanted.
No, no.
Oh, that's our group chat.
I stole that from Dave.
It's cute.
Who'd you say that for?
Nate.
I'm sure I've heard him say that before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Represent.
Well. If you
Lumos.
actually want to be a part, yes,
You're like Zandaka with it, Lumos.
One very quick last question for everybody that don't know what Lumos means. Can you guys give a little...
Daniel, you can do that.
Is it like...
So, Lumos, when we first started the idea of the shop, we really focused on colours. So our colour scheme, as we already discussed, bright colours, light colours. And so we ended up Googling light in every language, and we found that Latin we liked the most for Lumos. And
Because we thought if we went with Italian, that would, like, my background's Italian, it would pigeonhole us into just doing Italian sweets and everything like that. So
and it's catchy. I think the only
nice and short.
problem that we had was a lot of people relate us to because well just because the name's
Yeah.
When
you're driving past, you're like, oh, I think
Because
you type it into Instagram and...
Well, we at the start, a lot of customers came in, they're like, oh my god, I can't believe you guys are doing bread now. And we're like, it's day 4 and we've always done bread in 4 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Cool.
But we won't compare.
Wait,
is there something that you wanted to talk about?
No.
Because we were going to bring thing too, but
I
again,
was thinking you
legally we
way.
can't. If that, we can get sued for
True,
that.
now we're on YouTube, we have to be cautious of what we say. And I'm probably
Why
gonna
do you
get-
think we said so many nice things about it? No.
Yeah. We're gonna receive
That's
a lawsuit. Donut Daddy and Anthony.
Donut Daddy and his life
Anthony
companion.
and Anthony.
Yeah.
Well,
They got mentioned on YouTube.
Yeah.
By
yeah,
a
they
famous
did,
YouTuber,
they
yeah.
did. Yeah, that's so cool.
But yeah.
Alright, let's wrap it. Thank you guys so much for coming in. You're right next door, you're not going anywhere, so we can always bring you back too.
Part two.
Part two.
Yes, and thank you for coming on. Like this.
Thank you for having us.
I wouldn't want anyone else to be like on our first visual podcast. So
Yay.
Yeah. We're looking very, very forward to it.
We're looking forward to
I
it.
don't know.
looking forward to watch it.
We're looking
No,
forward
I'm
to
scared
watch it,
to
and
watch
we're
it.
looking forward to
And
part
look, we're
two.
all.
It is cool watching it back though.
It is, but do you
Yeah.
feel like because we're not looking at the camera, we're all
Lumos.
like this? Is it not too far? Is it not too
I reckon
far?
on 3 we all do the Lumos L on our forehead.
Okay.
Okay,
1,
1,
2,
2, 3.
Lumos. And you know what? They're going to edit that. Someone will edit that and be like, 1, 2, 3, losers.
Losers.
It'll be like chick, 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 Melton.